Okay, so what I'm going to do is show you how to create this eyeball here along with the materials. It's not an image. I'm going to add a UV sphere. Okay, it should come in this way. When it does, you want to rotate this. Go ahead and switch to a side view. You're going to rotate it along the red axis. Hold Control and do it 90 degrees. You want this here to be at the front. Okay, this part of the circle. And now I will go ahead and just hide this so that you're not getting confused here. Okay, so now we're going to go into edit mode with your face select. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to use our face select. Hold down Alt and Shift to select. Sorry, just click and drag over basically these. Okay, we want these two rings selected. So 1, 2. Okay, then we're going to use the extrude to extrude these inward. About right here, so you can kind of see the amount of space I have there. Okay, then you're going to get use your scale tool to scale it in a little bit here. Then we're going to right click, click on Loop Tools and flatten. If you don't see Loop Tools, remember that's an add-on. You can go to Edit Preferences and Add-ons. And if you search Loop, you can add those and then you'll be able to see the Loop Tools. Okay, so now we are going to just use our Move tool here and just move it out a little bit forward. And let me make sure I don't need to scale this anymore. And actually, let's go ahead and scale this in a little bit more. About like so. So you should have about that much space there. Okay, let's go ahead and go back to object mode. We're going to go ahead and right click and shade that smooth. And then we're going to go over here to the modifier panel and we're going to add a subdivision surface modifier. Now we can go back to edit mode. And using face select, we're going to select just this middle face here. Then using your move tool. Okay, so we're moving this in a little ways. Let me turn this off for a second, so I can see better. Maybe about like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to create a loop cut here and then bring it in. So go ahead and press Control R and then click and drag to bring this in about this close. Okay, click that there in place. Okay, then here we're going to do the same thing. So Control R, want one right, oh, not there, right there. Click and drag and make it go about a similar width from here to here and here and here. Okay, so it's going to look a little bit something like this. Yours might not be exactly like mine. That's okay. Just something similar. Okay, now what we're going to do is look at this without the subdivision surface on. Yeah. So this is with it on, this is without it on. So without it on, we are going to use face select and select this face here. So not this one. We're going to select this one. So holding Alt and Shift, you click right on that line, you should get that face there. And then we're going to select everything else inside. So if you hold Alt and Shift, continue to hold Alt and Shift, you should be able to get those. And this ring is harder for some reason, so if you just hold Shift and click and drag over it, it'll select that one. So you should have all of these selected. Again, that's not this one, and that's with this turned off. Okay, for now. Okay, so now we will click this one off so that it looks like this. And then what you want to do is press U on your keyboard and select unwrap. Okay, so now that we have that, we're going to come down here, right click, do a vertical split. And on this one over here, or whichever one, go ahead and click up here in this little train track looking thing. And we're going to select shader editor. Okay, and go ahead and open your material modifier, click one new and then click another new. And for this one, we want to change this to the iris of the eye. So over here in our nodes, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to press Shift A and you want to look up gradient texture and add that node. Then Shift A again and texture coordinate. Add that one. I'll zoom in here so you can see those. And Shift A again. Mapping. Okay, so these are the three we have so far. You can leave those that are already there for now. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to move this UV to the vector and this vector to the vector. And then we're going to change this linear to spherical. Okay, then we're going to, let's just move these over. I'm going to press Shift A and add color ramp right here. We're going to move this color into the factor and then this color into the base color. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and we're still in edit mode here. Here we're going to click assign because that is already selected. Then we can change to material preview. You'll see right now it's black, and we can go ahead and put this into object mode to really see what it's going to look like as we start adding these materials. Okay, so now I'm going to move over here to the mapping, and we're going to change the X and the Y location here to -0.5. -0.5. Okay, again, make sure that's negative, make sure it's 0.5. Okay, now we're going to come over to the color ramp and we're going to move this up. I'm going to move it to about right here where it is kind of in between the G and the B. Okay, then we're going to add another little color here. And for this one, you want to come down here, change the color to a white. So bring it all the way up. And then come to this third one here and change the color to black for this one. And then you're going to grab this one and drag it forward. So however you want that to be. And you just adjust these as you think they should be adjusted to get that center little pupil there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to zoom out here. And we want to select these three nodes. Press Shift D to duplicate those. Just put them right down here. Then we want to add a noise check texture. So Shift A, noise texture. And you can go ahead and drag the color to the vector. And right here we want to change this to radial. Okay, then we want to come here. Let me move these over a little bit. Okay, I'm going to grab my color ramp and Shift D to duplicate that one. We're going to move this factor into factor here. We want to delete this black one here at the end. So you just click on it and minus and drag this white bar all the way to the end there. Okay, I'm going to press N to get rid of that. Go ahead and plug this color into here so that we can see that. And then we're going to move this back. I'm going to move it so far back for now to about this arrow here. Then you want to come and adjust the scale here. I'm just going to try 16 for now. And then I'm just going to adjust this a little bit. Okay, and I might do a little bit more there. I'm going to also increase the detail to about 5.3 or so. Okay, then we want to add a color mix node here. So Shift A, and I forget which one it is. If you go down to color and then mix RGB, you can do that. And then you'll put this color into this one, and then this color, move that one into that one, and then this color into the base color. Then you're going to come here to where it says mix and change it to multiply. Just like that. Then if needed, you can come and adjust this factor here. It just depends like how much you want like those lines in there. And you might have to just come back and adjust it after we add the color there of the eye. Okay, so then to add the color to your eye, you want to click on this white one, and this is where you're going to add like the main color of your eye. So whether you want green, blue, purple, go ahead, you can pick that. You can always come and change it later. And then for this one, the black one, you want to click that, and you want to make this like a darker color of your main color, unless you want to do some experimenting and see. So you can kind of bring it up to the grays here, get a darker version. If you need to make it darker, go ahead and bring it down. Make it darker. You can adjust this if needed and just kind of see what it does. You can come back to the factor here and adjust this, make it brighter or darker. Okay, and then once you get it kind of like what you wanted, you can leave these nodes alone. And then there's more that we need to do to finish the eye. Okay, to give it, let me bring back my body. So see, we're going to add that glossy effect. So we have to go in and then the highlight too to do a little bit more work here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. We can just scoot this over for now. Click on your eyeball, go into edit mode here. However you want to look at this, if it helps you to look at it this way, I'm going to look at it for now for here so I can remember what is colored and what's not. Okay, so we want to select our eyeball. Go ahead and press A to select all. Okay, and then I'm going to press Shift and D to make a copy of that. And then you can right click to set that in place, then use your scale, and you just want to scale that out. Preferably, let's turn on our, what is this called again? Go ahead and turn on your X-ray. We're going to scale this out. And we just want it to be so that it's outside of the other one. Let me turn this one off here. Okay, so we don't want to be able to see, and I don't know if you can tell right now or not, we don't want to be able to see the other eyeball inside of it just now. So, but of course they look the same. So you should have two. One way you can tell, if you try to move it, you can see there's another one, okay? But if you do that, just press undo to get it back where it's supposed to be. Okay, so now I'm going to, for now, just put it back into the shading viewport. We are going to select, holding Alt and Shift. Let me make sure which one of these I want on. Okay, and with no, with the subdivision surface off for now. Okay, maybe, oh, we'll see. Okay, we're going to hold Alt and Shift and grab this 1, 2, and then shift, click and drag to grab that one. So we have, yes, this ring, and this ring selected. Okay, then we are going to press delete and delete those faces. Okay. So this eyeball here is now part of that first one we made. The outside is part of the second duplicate one we made. Okay. And this next part might get a little confusing. Now here, you can see this one here is our first eyeball, the one with the color. They both have color, I know, for now. We want to select the edge, so get your edge select, of this ring right here. You can tell that it's different. So if you can't tell it's different, just get at an angle where you can tell it's the different one. This one here on top, Alt and Shift to select that ring, okay? And you'll be able to tell in a minute if, hopefully, if you got the right one selected. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, go ahead and get like a side view here. We're gonna use the extrude, extrude that out just like this. Okay. Okay, so with that edge still selected, we are gonna use our scale tool and scale it in a little bit, and then we're gonna move it back a little bit. Let me get a good side view so you can kind of see maybe around the area that they need to be. Okay, then from there, we're going to extrude this out again. Then use a scale to scale that in. Whoa. And we want to flatten that out, so you can use your move tool to make that flat. And then I'll see, we're gonna look at it from here. I think maybe that's a little too narrow. So I'm just gonna scale it out a little bit. Okay, then we're gonna do that again here for the middle. So extrude this out first and then scale it inwards. And then use the move tool to flatten that out. Then we might need to adjust those rings. Okay, then let me go ahead. I just need to feel like this one's a little bit too far out. I'm just gonna scale this one out a little bit more. Okay, then when you do that one more time, so select this edge only, and make sure too that that's all that's selected, because when I first did this, sometimes I would get other little pieces and it kind of messed things up. So again, same thing that we just did, extrude a little bit and then scale it inwards. Okay, then I'm going to bring that in. So after this one, we're going to press M and merge at center. So you should have this one big ring, the one in the middle, second one in the middle, and then the third last one here. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, yes. Then we'll look at it again over here towards the side and make some adjustments that we might need to. This here, I'm going to go ahead and select, make sure nothing is selected. Alt and Shift to select this one and just move it back a little bit. If needed, you might need to scale it in. It just kind of depends on where everything was. Okay, so let's just go ahead and look at this in object mode. So that should not be happening there. I don't know if yours is like that. It might not be. Okay, I'm going to select this edge again. Just bring it out. Just not quite flush, but just a little bit. And let's go check that. It's a little bit better. It's kind of super indented, but we'll see. Okay, I'm going to take that back into edit mode. I think maybe it's not quite sticking out as much as it needs to. So I'm gonna, with my face select all of these faces. And do I need that one? I'm gonna move these out a little bit. Go with that in object mode. Let me look at it this way. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop messing with that part of the eye for now. Back into edit mode. We're going to press here L. Okay, press L. It should select that. Now, this is what I want you to do. Okay, so if you move it, you should see this one completely be able to be popped out of there. That's what we want. Okay, so just undo to put it back. We're going to move this over. Go to our materials panel here. Create a new material. And we can name this one Eye Gloss. Okay, so for the eye gloss, we can delete this one, do Shift A, and we're going to add the glass BSDF, Shift A, not that one, Shift A, transparent BSDF, Shift A, the mix shader. Okay, then we're going to move this glass BSDF into shader, and then this color BSDF into shader. I'm sorry, transparent BSDF into shader. Then the shader into the surface. Okay, with that selected, you can go ahead and assign that, and you can go ahead and view that in material preview and look at it in object mode. Okay, then we're going to go here to the render properties, and we're going to check screen space reflections. Okay, so make sure that's checked, and you can drop that down and make sure refraction and half res trace is checked. Then you can go back to your material, and down here on settings, you want to check screen space refraction, and then you want to go here to shadow mode and put none, and then that's it. So if you wanted to, if you needed to, and you needed to go back to your color of your eye to make any adjustments, you could. Okay, if not, then it's good to add to your character. So you would just unhide your character and then get it situated in the right spot. I'll kind of try to, so I just did one and I mirrored it. So please mirror your thing, and then that's how big mine are, you can see. Okay, and then submit a screenshot.